Welcome back to Cinema 7. I'm Mario B, your host over here, and whatever side I'm on, I don't know. But with me today, because we're talking about E3, we're talking about, technically this is day one, I think, for the pressers, because EA doesn't matter. No. EA doesn't matter, Josh.
You're right. I'm giving them way too much credit.
God.
We all know my opinions on EA.
Yeah, I love Clone Wars, and I love Star Wars in general. Look at my posters. Star Wars.
I can't show the audience what's around me, but I literally have like everything on this top shelf here is Star Wars. Do you want to go ahead and just get EA out of the way, like a quick hi and bye?
Yeah, sure. So they pretty much announced DLC for Battlefront 2.
That should have already been in the game.
They showed some of their sports stuff, and then they showed Jedi Fallen Order, which is a new game from the people who made Titanfall 2.
I'm not buying it.
Did they announce anything else?
They spent They spent a lot of time on a fucking mobile app. Angry Joe said it best. This did not feel like a press conference for fans. This felt like a stock market meeting. This felt like something to their investors saying, "Hey, so I know we fucked up in the past, but it's cool now because look at all this brand new shit we're giving out."
Yeah,
I couldn't stand it. It was the worst of corporate shilling. Battlefield 5 does not interest me at all.
They added
Battlefront 2. So what?
Battlefront Field is adding a battle royal mode. That was I think their biggest announcement for that game. So
the Zen.
That is going to be a very big topic throughout this video. Keep an eye out on those two words, kiddies. Battle Royale.
There was a video online. I don't know if you guys saw it because you guys both like Rick and Morty, right?
Yes.
I mean, Jared has a giant pickle Rick, and I have a smaller pickle Rick. No sexual euphemisms at all involved in that sentence. And
I was gonna say we're gonna go to the what are we gonna say again?
So
I have season 1 and 2. I have a poster in the corner that I obviously don't have to hang up in my room, but I'm a big Rick and Morty fan. Yes. Long answer, yes.
So I saw this video where the Meeks, the blue people or whatever, right? Mr. Meeks.
Mr. Meeseeks?
Yeah.
Mr. Meeseeks!
The one with, there's like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I got it from this guy over there. And their faces have like Fortnite, PUBG all over it. And he's like, no, I got it. H1Z1. He's like, no, I got it from the guy over there. I got it from the guy over there. I got it from the guy over
Jesus
there.
Christ.
Hilarious.
Angry Joe made another good point about it. At least they're adding a mode and not taking away a mode like Call of Duty did for Black Ops 4. Because I think it's bullshit that it's just basically a battle royale, but Call of Duty style, and you're still having to pay $60. That's ridiculous. I don't give a fuck who you are. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, everyone pretty much stated that EA's presser was garbage online. I know John Kanoki of Cinema 7, he's been texting me highly about EA's presser and how much he could, every time somebody said something or I was like, what is this? This looks dumb. He goes, you should have seen EA's presser, okay? And I'm like, okay. But I'll talk to him about it separately. So
yeah,
let's get into the big stuff today on Sundays when we're recording this. Some of you might see it tonight or into the next day, which is Monday. So they show Xbox and Bethesda. Xbox was Eastern time 4 o'clock. Bethesda was 9:30 Eastern time.
I thought it was 9.
Was it
9:30?
Did I miss a whole 30 minutes?
You didn't. No, you didn't. What I'm saying is I ended my stream early, and I was like, okay, guys, I'm going to watch Bethesda's presser. Bye. And then I got to watch the history of Bethesda, which was nice, but I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to get some Burger King before this shit actually starts. And then it started in the Burger King in the Burger King drive-thru. It started.
So I didn't miss anything.
No, you didn't miss shit.
I missed a lot right now because of.
I take that back. You did miss something, Maura. You missed the most cringiest intro I have ever fucking seen from Bethesda,
I've seen it.
And that is. Oh, you saw
I
that.
seen it. We'll get into it. But first, let's talk
You
about
didn't
Xbox.
miss anything.
Josh, you haven't seen anything on Xbox, so everything we're talking about is pretty much going to be a surprise reaction from you, and possibly a quick opinion from hearing it from us. So
You mean Jared?
what did I say?
My
You
name.
said Josh.
Oh, Josh, I love you. Jared, I love you too. Sorry. So
I know.
you're both your names starts with J's. Okay, I'm sorry. J&J Security over here.
Hey, no. Mario. Double J E F F. Ha ha.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett. So Xbox started off right away with some Halo Infinite footage. Now, pretty much it looked like they were on a Halo ring, and they were showing animals, they were showing the life on it, they were showing ODST stuff that was left over on. They showed some Halo Marines or whatever they're called, the ODST guys walking around. They showed that it was on a ring. It was very Halo 1-esque seeming. They showed Master Chief holding his helmet, obviously, but that was about it. And then it was like Halo Infinite. We don't know anything else about it other than, we just saw stuff that kind of resembles Halo 1 in a sense, but with life and animals.
It's like Halo 1, but there's actually shit in it.
Yeah.
You want real life shit? Well, here we go. Oldies.
I was like, a moose? A rhino? What's going on here? A sea monster?
I fought the horde down in Africa.
So, Jared, what's your opinions on a new Halo?
I really can't say since I haven't played that much Halo to begin with. So I have to play it myself just to see how it is on what would be my opinions. But I mean, for me, I'm not really a big Halo. I don't mind it, but I just hasn't really been a big fan like everyone else has. So I just have to see some gameplay of it, and then see what I think.
Yeah. Josh, what's your opinion on this new Halo, or what you saw? Because really, it's hardly anything.
Oh boy! So Microsoft and I have a very complicated relationship. I have always been Sony, PlayStation. That was established in the previous podcast I did. I'm very critical of Microsoft, but okay. So it's funny because I mentioned Angry Joe twice now. Well, funny enough, him and one of my absolute top 3 favorite YouTubers of all time, Boogie2988, were on the YouTube pre-show before Microsoft's press conference, and one of them said this, and it's the same thing I've been saying this whole time. What good is the most powerful console in the world if you don't have games and exclusives on them?
Yeah.
And with that being said, Halo has been the definitive exclusive game that Microsoft has literally built their empire off of, in terms of Xbox empire, at least. Halo 1 revolutionized first-person shooters. I give it its place in history. I really do. Right up there next to Doom. I never played. I played a little bit of Halo thanks to fellow Nerdvana member Zane Sizemore. Shout-outs to him. But other than a little bit of gameplay and me and him literally standing back-to-back commando style, killing every fucking enemy on the map on Legendary, which, yes, it changes a man. That game is hard. But
yeah.
Other than that, I haven't really played much Halo, but I give it its place as Microsoft's ship franchise right next to another one that has to do with a certain gear in it. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, shh. Hold on, we'll get to that.
But overall, I'm excited. I mean, I know a lot of people did not like Halo 5. It's funny because I'm not a big Xbox guy or Microsoft guy, but I love to keep my ear to the ground in terms of what people are saying on the quote unquote streets of the internet. And when Halo 5 came out, oh my god, it was panned by fans because they got rid of a lot of core elements. First of all, they got rid of split screen co-op, which is fucking retarded. It's 2018. I don't give a shit how good online servers are. Nothing is more satisfying than sitting next to your best friend after a hard day at school, in college, doesn't matter. I mean, for fuck's sake, I mean, Xbox, Halo, and split screen, that fits the college mold, in my opinion. So to get rid of that is just stupid. But I mean, overall, I'm probably not going to play the new Halo, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the Microsoft fans to finally say, "Hey, we have another Halo coming, and it looks like it might be good."
I have to see some gameplay because really you don't really see a whole lot. And
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. I didn't like 4 story wise. Now in my group of friends, Chris Hawk of Cinema 7, who you guys met, and my other friend Joey Hill, who I've known for a long time, they really liked the campaign for Halo 4. But I know a lot of other friends, and I personally didn't like the story for Halo 4. It seemed a little like kind of put together, a little rushed.
Yeah.
Just to come out with a new one, and they had to have a big villain for it, so or something, and he had like force powers. I don't know. It was stupid to me.
Well, I thought. Hold on. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I thought Master Chief was like the quote unquote bad guy in that Halo. Like, oh, he's gone rogue.
That's what they were teasing up to for the 5th one, and everyone. I think what they should have done is they should have had this new Spartan Locke guy who's in 5, who you play as in some missions or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they built it up for Halo 5 like it was going to be him versus Master Chief. And it didn't really pan out the way they teased it or what people expected. I think that's why people were upset a little bit, and the game wasn't long. But I think what they should have done was Halo 4, they should have had this Master Chief crash. They should have had Spartan Locke go with these Marines and the and stuff to the new planet that they found. I think maybe to have him be the main character and Master Chief help him along the way, kind of like the Arbiter, like you would switch off and on, and then you kill off Master Chief and just straight up have a new Spartan, a new protagonist, because I don't care about Master Chief anymore. His story ended in 3. If you played all of them, you know what I mean. I think that's why people like Halo Reach a lot, is because you played as different Spartans and you got to see different stories other than Master Chief. So it's like, where do you go from here? What else do you do? You know, just give us a new hero. Just give us new stories. Don't stop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's one thing and I'm probably gonna get a little bit of hate for this comment, but there is one thing us nerds are hard at doing, and that's accepting change. If you grew up with a character, my God, you don't want to see him go. You don't want to see him leave the spotlight. You want to see his story continue until the very, very end. The only problem is sometimes we don't have clear sight of the very, very end, and we're just so enthralled by each new thing that comes out with our favorite character. And I'm not talking about just in video games. I'm talking about in comic books, movies. Doesn't matter. But it's a fact. It's a fact of life, and that's why I do love games that do that. Like, for example, in Red Dead Redemption, after a certain point in the game, you play as Jack, the son, and it's like one of those, oh, what the fuck? Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then in the DLC you get to play as John again.
And then there's the undead one. It's
that's what I'm talking about.
They showed kind of a cinematic trailer with a little bit of maybe gameplay. Was there gameplay for Gears of War 5?
I did see some of it because I saw the ad for it on my. When I was on YouTube, it showed me the ad for Gears of War 5.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't show an actual gameplay; it just showed like a trailer, but still, it looked okay and decent.
Are we talking about Gears 5 now?
Yeah,
or
let's just talk about it now since it's the other big thing. I was going to save it for later, but we might as well just talk about it now because I'm on the subject of. This same thing with Halo and Master Chief and bringing him back and bringing him back and bringing him back.
See,
like
I never played the Gears games, but I really, really wanted to. I will say this: Cuphead and Gears of War are the only 2 franchises that I really, really, really wanted to play on Xbox, and I never could.
Mm-hmm. Gears 1, I think, is fantastic. Gears 2, I only played I probably played 75% of it, and I never finished it. And I didn't get Gears 3. So when I got Gears 4, I kind of had to source through other friends and through looking it up what happened. And
Yeah.
that same thing. That should have been the end of Phoenix and his story. It was cool to bring it back because it seemed like in 4 they were passing the torch, but then they focused a lot on him, a little too much, I think. And then when I see him in the new one in the trailer, I'm like, why? Just pass it on already. Just give us new characters. I don't understand why they're.
Isn't that his son? Isn't his son in the 4th and 5th game?
Yes, it's like all their kids from all the Gears characters' kids almost.
Yeah, that's, oh my god. So what I'm a big fan of in terms of what you just said, Mario, is you establish these characters, you establish how badass they are, but then you get to show off their kids, who in and of themselves have a big legacy to live up to, but they overcome it. Like that in and of itself is another story they can tell. Like if Marcus had died in 4, like imagine in 5, like his son is just trying to overcome his death, but also trying to be like, I can never live up to his legend. Yeah. He was the ultimate guy, and over time you grow and become your own legend.
And it's weird too that they have like this community and this big door that looks like a Viking village door almost in the trailer. But
they went to God of War.
Yeah,
they went to the land of God of War.
It's like pretty much just like they went and talked to Kratos.
I just want to say that Jared's moving around in his chair, and it kind of sounds like he's farting, but he's just moving around in his chair.
God.
George,
here we go. Here we go with a Walter joke.
Hold on. Before we do that, there were 2 other Gears games announced.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the one that I find more interesting first.
The Funko Pop one?
You beat me to it. Gears Tactics.
Oh, dude, Gears Tactics. That does look pretty cool, actually. It kind of looks like the Halo Wars game. The Halo Wars strategy game.
When did that come out?
It had to come out a while ago. Maybe 2011 or something. Or 2010 was the first one. And then the second one, I don't know the exact year, so don't quote me on that. And if I'm wrong, just say, hey, Mario, you're wrong, you're an idiot. But the Halo Wars 2 came out maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
It reminds me of XCOM.
Yeah, Halo Wars is more strategy, like RTS, I think, because you can have like big battles. This just looks like it's, like you said, more like XCOM. So, I mean, I'm waiting for a good strategy game, and I like the Fire Emblem games, so I kind of like games like those. So, and everybody tells me that XCOM is a little bit like those. So, if it's anything like that, I might be very interested in it. So, we'll see. I said so.
We will see. We will see, and we'll also be seeing a mobile game.
For what?
Gears Pop.
Yeah. Is that a mobile game?
Yeah, it's a mobile game.
Now, Jared, you and Josh both collect the Pop figures. Have you ever played Gears of War?
I played a little bit of it on the first one on Brittany's Xbox because she had a copy of the first
remastered.
No, this is on actual
360.
Yeah.
Okay.
No wait, it is on Xbox One. It comes with the rare replays. Yeah, I only played a little bit of it, and I don't know. I guess the way of the gameplay was going at the very beginning, which is kind of like
the way you run around.
Yeah.
If you hold A to duck and run.
Yeah, I think it was just I guess I have a certain interest in ways of how third-person shooting games are like, and I guess I
remember my uncle played Gears of War one time, and he said he got dizzy and almost threw up from the way you run in that game.
Just running around like, I can't help myself.
The thing that drew me in was, honest to God, the chainsaw on the rifle. That fucking got me sold. I was like, oh shit, that is dope as hell. No, Jared, two people were like battling with him, like they were having a fight with him, like with bayonets. It was so dope. I was like, I want this weapon.
Yeah, I remember for a whole summer, me and my friends, we would play all the time with this group from Pennsylvania. We met them online, and we became good friends with them. And, just playing Gears of War all summer and Halo 3 with them was pretty cool. So that was a cool experience. And Gears has a special place in my heart for that, and meeting those friends that I met and playing with my friends and for a whole summer. But I don't know, I'm not really interested in Gears 5. But, the tactics one looks interesting, and, I guess Funko Pop. But George...
Pretty much same...
I was just hanging out with my friend George last night, that's why. But Jared... Dang it. Jared, why... Are you excited for... I am screwing up
You're
names.
like off track again.
I am.
You've called him my name. You've called him George. I'm waiting on.
So, Jared, do you collect Funko Pops? Do you think you'll get this Gears Funko Pop game?
I will give it a try and see what what the gameplay entails. If it's something I might keep playing, yeah, I might keep playing. But if it's not something I would be that interested in, or I lost my interest,
yeah,
that's just pretty much it.
We got a lot more to talk about, so let's just get through some of these games. That Samurai game that Xbox showed, super interested.
Did you get the name of it?
It starts with an S.
Because my fucking phone, what did it put? It put something stupid.
It's like, it's
Shuriken? It put...
Shuriken?
My phone put Senior Shadows Die Twice.
Oh my
what
god.
What the fuck?
It's like Shadows of something, right?
It's made by the same people that make Dark Souls and Bloodborne. So basically this is Microsoft's Bloodborne. This
is Microsoft's Noah. Or whatever, Nio, or whatever that PlayStation game is.
Oh, Neo.
Yeah, Neo.
But that was made by Team Ninja, which, by the way, we'll get to Team Ninja in a minute.
Life is Strange. They announced a new game that's in the Life is Strange universe.
Can I actually wanted to say something about that. I know that these games are very debatable in the gaming community, but I personally love them. People are going to be like, really? You did this over this game? But when I finished Life is Strange, guys, I fucking cried. I had legitimate tears rolling down my eyes. I was like, this game is fucking beautiful. I've never experienced emotions like this for a game except maybe twice. One was BioShock Infinite, and the other was this game. And I cried during God of War. So that's 3 times I've cried during gaming.
New Gears.
I am still
I just cannot speak today. New God of War?
Yeah, the new God of War. The new God of War made me cry. The old ones made me adrenaline filled. Like I was like,
and this is going to be free. This game's completely free, they said.
The first episode is free. The rest are going to be... Yeah. Well, I mean, Life is Strange is that way, too. I mean, I enjoyed Life is Strange. I enjoyed Before the Storm. It made me feel a lot more for Chloe, because God help her, that poor child went through a lot of shit. And I will be streaming Life is Strange and Before the Storm, and I might even stream this game because this game looks so cool. This game has like an innocence to it that I think a lot of people will enjoy.
I think the first one you can connect to through your high school days and high school years, and obviously I think a lot of girls and a lot of chick gamers can relate to it heavily.
Oh yeah. We'll see. Yeah, absolutely.
This one looks like it's going to connect to our inner child, and also possibly more
teenage
boys or men. This one, because of the main character, and want to be a superhero.
Well, we've all done that. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
Go ahead.
They're both good games, and I'm just saying, like, it's a cool dynamic that they're trying to reach everybody with their games in this universe.
Exactly, and that's what I love about Life is Strange. They're trying to reach out and basically, like, in the same vein that the reason why I love comics, these characters are relatable. You've been through the same thing. That's why I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favorite hero because of that reason. in high school, I was Peter Parker. Like, I had the same amount of popularity, same amount of luck with girls, except I didn't get bit by a radioactive spider.
It's funny because I think I relate to that too, the Peter Parker, and it's a shame that like Amazing Spider-Man and somewhat in the new one, he's still kind of not really like a geek. He's kind of hip, and I feel like Toby was in the first one. He seemed more geeky, more nerdy in a sense.
Yeah, that's true, but they were also somewhat cringeworthy to go through. As an adult, I can't help but like he's a 30-year-old man in high school.
I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, kids back then. Did you ever see kids in high school back then, like in the '90s and stuff? Kids looked like they were like adults. Like they were tall. They were taller. It seems like as we got more into the 2000s, kids got shorter and started to look more adolescent in high school.
So the genes of humanity are going backwards. We're not getting taller anymore. We're getting shorter.
Exactly.
But back to this game real quick though. Like I could just feel this this warmth of pure innocence coming from this trailer. And I'm just like, my God, this. I had the biggest not the biggest excitement smile, but I was just like, my inner child was like, this game is for you.
Yeah.
And we've all like I was gonna say, we've all played in our backyard, imagined stuff. That's part of growing up. And again, like I didn't spend my entire childhood in front of a TV. I honestly didn't. I spent it outside, part of it. It's just that as I got older, I leaned more towards gaming and all that because it didn't require as much physical activity, first of all.
Yeah.
Until the Wii came along. Fuck you, Wii.
I love the Wii.
Fuck.
And your Wii Fit board piece of shit.
Jared, have you played any of the Life is Strange games?
No, I have not.
Man, this is going to be a whole... Jared, have you played this for the Xbox edition?
Sure. Hey, Mario.
Me,
Jared, have you played this?
Now, Josh, I don't know. I kind of wrote down a bunch of things that came out with me, so if you have anything to add that I'm forgetting about, just let me know. But the next thing, Crackdown 3 announced. I'm just going to go over it real quick.
I got you.
I feel like it was forever ago that the Crackdown 2 came out, and I don't really feel like anybody wanted another Crackdown. Like if you're an Xbox player, so I just personally, I'm not really excited for Crackdown 3. Crackdown 1 was cool because you can unlock like almost mods or codes for the game, so you can drop like barrels of exploding barrels and blow up traffic and stuff. That was cool, but I mean I don't know. I didn't play much of any of them, other than goofing around in the first one. So I'm not really excited for Crackdown 3.
I mean, this just looks like Microsoft's version of Just Cause. Which, funny enough, I think they actually showed Just Cause 4 while also showing Crackdown. I was just like...
Well, it's funny because I feel like Just Cause 2 was the one where people started to get really goofy with it because it was serious in story. But I remember my brother would play it all the time and not do a single thing for the story. Like, he'd just parachute off mountains and ride on top of cars. Like, that's all he did.
The game.
You can also do is you can put rockets on cows.
Yeah, that's the new one.
Wait,
yeah.
Jared, did you actually play Just Cause?
I actually play. Oh, you son of a.
We have fun here. We have fun.
So the next thing I have written down is Kingdom Hearts 3. The only notes I have is that I thought the voice acting was very cringy.
Cringy. It's like you're looking.
So,
Josh,
I have more than that.
All right, tell us. Go ahead. Tell us what you thought.
Okay, so the acting to me was not as cringeworthy because although I'm surprised they don't have the original voice cast. So here's the thing. I'm going to officially say it right here. Because it got a delay. It's coming out in 2019. I'm fine with that for this one reason. I'm going to be streaming this year. I'm going to have the road to Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm going to stream all of the Kingdom Hearts games. And I've never played Kingdom Hearts, so I was confused more than anything. I was like, oh, it's that character. Oh, it's that character. What the fuck are you doing in this game? But what really surprised me, and it's finally been confirmed, I know certain people hate this movie, but Frozen is going to be a world in Kingdom Hearts 3. which
you
I'm
serious?
excited. Jared,
I'm not upset, but I just don't want to like have to come into that world. I go in that world, and all I hear is.
It's confirmed there's no musicals, so you don't have to worry about.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. No musicals.
As far as I know, there's no musicals.
Please hope I don't walk in there and all of a sudden it's like you hear.
The fucking Kingdom Hearts has a rhythm game.
They already did that in freaking Kingdom Hearts 2 with Ariel's world.
Well, I mean, Ariel is a singing princess, but
I understand that.
I saw Wreck-It Ralph, I saw Monsters Inc., Hercules. We've already seen these worlds, but I'm so hyped for this game. I love Disney, especially like the original Disney animated content, even Frozen. Frozen has a complicated relationship with me, but I'm just excited for this game. I can't wait to see what else comes into it. I'm hoping, because they haven't shown anything, but if Pixar's in there, there's like 3 other properties Disney owns that I would love to see at least just one world in.
If you say Star Wars, I'm going to walk out of my room and walk out of my house.
Fair enough.
I'm going to go somewhere and lay down in a road and probably get run over on purpose.
Mario, I want to see him team up with Kermit the Frog.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool actually.
It's just like
imagine his power is just he like runs into battle. Yay!
Jesus
He's got
Christ.
a banjo. He plays music.
He's got a fucking banjo.
Yeah.
Jared, there's your rhythm game, Kermit Banjo.
I can handle that, since I would not want to just hear this, like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you go into Frozen, and all you hear is, like, let it go! Or just like, and then my version is, fuck it.
And then you go into the Muppet world, and all of a sudden you hear, excuse me, do you know the way to town? Yeah, it's back to where you came.
Where do we even go from this to go to kid-friendly to just straight up fuck you in the asshole?
I think the biggest takeaway from Kingdom Hearts 3, for me personally, other than the voice acting, is seeing Elsa run like Naruto across ice.
You noticed that too?
Yeah.
Naruto! And then all of a sudden it's like, Elsa!
Jared, are you excited for Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yes, I am, because I've already seen some Toy Story worlds too.
That Toy Story world looks amazing. It looks just like the movie.
I'm so excited for that, because that's actually my childhood right then and there.
So, the only other big takeaway, I think, during this time frame, for me personally, during the Microsoft conference, is a lot of the game trailers were like 30 seconds long and hardly showed anything, and just basically cinematic trailers. And I thought that kind of was killing the vibe for me personally. I like, the fans weren't even interactive a lot. It was a lot of silence for me, or how I saw it.
Can I quickly interject? Because I did write it down. So at the beginning of the show, Phil announced that they're announcing 50 games. They announced 50 of them. 18 of them are exclusive to Xbox, and there's 15 world premieres. So that pretty much was pretty much the entire conference.
Yeah,
was those 50 games,
and then 30 of them were montaged in one video.
That's beside the point. Also, Mario, since I'm at the top of my list, I also wanted to say this. I mentioned this before to you about in my notes I put agree with Phil. So what Phil Spencer at the beginning of the program said that gaming is pretty much the great unifier. That no matter what you believe, that video games can bring camaraderie and unification to the most like hardest places to get to. That made a little bit of sense, but what I'm getting at is that the same message I said the last time for Nerdvana is shared by Phil Spencer, at least, the head of Microsoft, the head of Xbox. So I may not be the biggest fan of Microsoft personally, but the fact that he believes that, he truly believes that, makes my heart warm and
seems
happy.
Like a cool guy. He
seems like a genuinely nice human being.
Yeah.
Like I'm a PlayStation diehard. I could show up to a diner in a PlayStation shirt, hat, wristbands, everything. He's like, I'm gonna buy you a burger.
He probably would.
Oh, okay. I also put something else that Phil said down to the damn bottom, but I gotta find it first. Let's see.
I think he's cooler than like Reggie for Nintendo. Like I honestly don't think Reggie is a good marketer or has, or I don't know how much control he has for what's shown in America, but I don't think he markets that well if he's in control of that.
He is there. He is the face of Nintendo of America. That's all I see him as. Now, I mean, Nintendo is tricky because Nintendo has like a whitelist of celebrities and YouTubers that they quote unquote fuck with, and everyone that isn't like Nintendo fanboys is not on there. Pretty much. I mean, I call it like I see it. I mean, a few months ago, I saw my favorite YouTubers at EtsuCon, and they confirmed there is a whitelist of YouTubers that are allowed to stream Nintendo content on YouTube. That is bullshit.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a white and black list. There really shouldn't. That's why I love Twitch, but because they have no control over Twitch. But yeah, but back to quick back to Microsoft because I did find what I was looking for. So
Okay.
later in there. Phil said that gaming is a great community, which I also agree with. Phil Spencer just seemed like last year was about the hardware. This year was about the software, and I said that this is what Microsoft needed. They needed to announce games, and my God, I was happy. I was very happy. I mean, can I go ahead and quickly list off some of the non-exclusive games that were announced that got me fucking hyped?
Yeah, tell me anything that hyped you up.
Devil May Cry 5.
Okay.
I got Dante's sword in the background for Christ's sake. But the one thing that really surprised me more than anything, and I have it in all caps.
Dante.
I have never played The Witcher, but my God, Cyberpunk 2077 looks amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a big lover of sci-fi. I'm a big lover of sci-fi. Jared, are you okay?
Jared.
Yeah, that's
What are
just
you
me.
doing?
I'm just sitting there picking my lip.
Jesus, what are you doing?
Quit picking your lip.
Did-
Also,
Ah,
I wanted to say this because I thought this was pretty big news. Microsoft Studios acquired five new companies to their lineup.
That was the next thing I was going to bring up is Microsoft adding these sub companies or developers to Microsoft Studios. I was going to ask you how you felt about that.
Yeah, so they created one called The Initiative, which I am all for that. That's something original. That's something new. But they fucking added Undead Labs, Playground Games. They announced a new project, which I don't know what that could be. They didn't give a name for that as far as I know. But they also acquired Ninja Theory. And they also got Compulsion Games to join. I purposely put in here at the bottom. It could go either way. I'm skeptical because Microsoft is also known to do the same thing that EA does. I hear a noise. I don't know what that is. But anyway, let's go either way because, for example, Rareware. Rare at the time they were purchased by Microsoft was the biggest game developer in the world. They could do no wrong. And Microsoft didn't see all the potential in them, and little bit by little bit, they started to dwindle and dwindle and dwindle, and now they're making Sea of Thieves. Ooh, speaking of Rare, I will say this also real quick. Another thing that got me happy, a new Battletoads.
Yes, I am super pumped for new Battletoads. I still have my copy of it, Battletoads Double Dragon. I had that game. That game was pretty legit. You can either play as one of the Double Dragon guys, or you could play as any of the Toads, Battletoads.
Oh,
so,
that's dope. That's really dope. That's really
like
dope right there.
Like one of the first. It was like the only crossover game that I know besides like fighting game that wasn't a fighting game. You know.
And also, I mean, like, didn't Microsoft acquired a very well-known fighting game, and I have forgotten it, but Battletoads are playable in it.
Oh,
Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct.
Killer
yeah.
Instinct. Yeah, Killer Instinct. But, hey, Mario, there was a certain game that was announced, and you, of all people, are very pumped about it. Do you want to go on about that?
If you're talking about Division 2, then yes.
I am.
It's like he takes off his glasses and just like. Yes.
Division 2.
Division 2. I love the first game. It's in New York when this virus happens, and you're uncovering it and investigating it and stuff, and you're battling these people who kind of went. You're battling rogue agents. You're battling pretty much gangs or people who are trying to loot and riot and stuff, and you're battling these cleanup crews who kind of are acting on their own because there's no
law.
There's no law or government, so they're pretty much just cleaning everything up themselves, and they kind of become their own little entity. I loved the missions. I loved everything about the landscape and stuff. I wish there was a little more. See, this is the thing I wish games could do, and is there's a little more like alleyway, a little more feeling like a legit city. But everything looked good. The graphics I thought were pretty nice. The gameplay was great for me personally. The second one is going to be in DC, which I think is going to be really cool. And at the end of the trailer, they're like, we're going to take back the Capitol building. I was like, oh snap! I can't wait to play that. And the new abilities and skills you can do look pretty sweet too. Like the new Seeker Mind looked pretty sweet because it rolled in the ground and it rolled in like this puddle of water or whatever, and the water splashed up when it was rolling through it. It looked pretty sweet. So I don't know. It looked like aggro is actually going to work in this game. Like you can pull aggro, which I think would be pretty nice because it didn't really work in the other division, the first one. They did it for the first game too. They have these people. Ubisoft does that though. Like even with Ghost Recon and the other games they announce, they have these people who it's like they're playing online, but they're kind of like actors voice acting it, and I thought that was pretty bad. But
yeah, that was no bueno. But
I think it looks really good, and the graphics look.
It
sweet.
does. It absolutely does.
I can't wait.
Now that there was also one more thing I wanted to say. So I read a lot of rumors online before Microsoft's press conference. It was pretty much going to be confirmed there was going to be a new Splinter Cell, but everyone was saying, "Oh, it's going to be Sam Fisher. Sam Fisher's returning from the grave." But apparently that's not so. It's the Division, because apparently wasn't there like Sam Fisher DLC or some DLC that hinted at Sam Fisher coming back in Recon Wildlands?
Yes, you do something. I think you do a mission or something, and then he contacts you, and he's like, "Hey, I need your help." And he's talking to you for a little bit.
Oh, God.
And then there's some dialogue with you and your other ghosts, and the main guy's pretty much saying like, Sam Fisher's one bad dude, and it's pretty cool to see a crossover between the games. And as a fan of the Tom Clancy games, I thought that was really neat. Yeah, then you have to go and help him on a mission and sneak into a base without being seen, and it's stupid hard. And if you kill somebody and someone finds that body, there's people all over. It's crazy hard. But I mean, maybe Ubisoft does a thing, don't they, tomorrow or?
Yeah, so Ubisoft. The press conferences tomorrow are Ubisoft, Square Enix, and then PlayStation. Which, that one's gonna be my bread and butter. Oh, I'm gonna be fucking hyped for that one. But Jared, there's something for you to get hyped about. One of your favorite Microsoft games got DLC recently.
Come in!
Ladies and gentlemen, Jared is our official child mascot.
I am a kid who gets an early Christmas gift.
Indiana Jones had Short Round. We got Jared.
Jared, what do you think about this DLC?
I mean, it didn't really show much, but at least it gives us a new character to play on the new DLC, which is the legendary Chalice.
And I have never played Cuphead, but I'm a big fan of the art style. But I mean, I didn't expect nothing to be shown because my God, it took them how many years just to make the game like hand drawn. Like, yeah, I don't expect this to come out till 2019. Good on them though. My God, good on them.
So I'm gonna say this right now. I know you haven't played this, Josh. I'm not trying to spoil. I'm not gonna spoil it much for the game.
Don't you dare spoil it.
I'm not.
Don't you dare.
I'm not. But I'm gonna say this
I will cut you with a knife.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say this. it is a bit of a rager, to say the least. It's a rager.
I already knew this.
I've seen enough YouTubers, and I've already played enough to where I literally almost wanted to throw that.
His body
demonic...
is ready, Jared. His body is ready.
My body is ready. I'm ready for the rage. Well, see, aren't you going to be streaming that, Jared?
I will.
So another big takeaway for me was definitely Forza Horizon 4, and that actually looking like it's going to have MMO capabilities where you can play with pretty much anybody online, because the original game was just Drivatars, which is basically like an AI version of how you play. Like it uploads your Drivatar. And
right.
And in 2 it was pretty neat because it tried to race like you and stuff. In 3 it just seemed very generic CPU, but with that gamer tag and stuff like that. But this looks pretty cool, and the environment changes with the seasons. That's pretty neat. And I don't know. In the Forza Horizon 2 and 3, if you played with, I think you can have up to 12 people in a game. Everyone just wanted the drag race, and that got so boring after a while. So I'm excited to actually hopefully have people race, do races.
Yeah.
And it's in Europe, which is pretty cool. It looks like a pretty neat setting.
It's in London. It's in England too. So that leaves like I'm gonna get so much hate if you have any Britain fans, Mario. But technically, I think if I were them, if it hasn't already been announced, like you have the entirety of Britain, make Scotland DLC. I'm not even joking. I'm not even trying to be funny. Make Scotland DLC. But let's see. I put for Forza, I put a little bit. We'll have online live world, which means in real time, other people are going to be playing the game as you are, and you can do basically all these different types of racing modes with them live. And I also put it introduces seasons, which changes the environment and the way that you race, which I thought is interesting. An MMO. I'm saying the right one, right? MMO racer. Like, never in my wildest... See, I'm not a big racing fan, but never in my wildest dreams would I mix MMO and racing and have a baby. And I also did put this, and this is, I think, another thing we could transition into if you wanted to, or if you want to stay on Forza for a little while longer, I understand. But they said that Forza 4 will be released October 2nd. They have confirmed a release date, but also it'll come on the Xbox Game Pass the same day.
That was the next thing I was going to talk about anyway. Like, as an Xbox fan, Game Pass when it first came out was just like old sports games, and like the only draw for it was like Halo 5, which I already own. And if you're an Xbox fan, a lot of the games that are probably on there you already probably own. But them adding these games that are going to be free at launch and you pay $10 a month for it is going to be pretty awesome. Like Forza Horizon 4, they said, Elder Scrolls Online. What was the other ones they mentioned?
Hell, they're releasing Fallout 4 today.
That's right. If you have Game Pass, you can play that. State of Decay 2 is free on Game Pass. Sea of Thieves is free on Game Pass.
Yeah, Microsoft Game Pass, like, oh my god. Like, okay, so I'm gonna break a little bit of news to those that don't know, but Best Buy is discontinuing the Gamers Club Unlocked for some fucking reason, and I'm hoping that with the Gamer Pass from Xbox, that'll be a wake-up call saying, oh shit, this stuff isn't dead yet. Like, we can still, like, maybe turn this around. But Best Buy 2020 plan doesn't look like that'll happen, but I'm hoping that Microsoft can actually look at, like, Best Buy and other companies and be like, hey, this is still a valuable market. Gamers will pay for this because of what we offer. Because there's a lot of people that I have told that to, guys, and they were just heartbroken to hear that because it was a very good service that they offered. But Xbox Gaming Pass, like, I'm gonna be honest, it's like PlayStation Plus but better, like so much better.
And honestly, and speaking of Division 2, Division is free also tonight on Xbox Game Pass, so you can play the first one for free. As an Xbox owner, I think you should own Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass.
Absolutely.
I think it's totally worth it. Devil May
I
Cry,
have
you
a-
already mentioned. That was the next thing I brought up. Jump Force. We could talk. We don't have to mention too much about it because there's just a trailer. But
Son,
Shonen
but
Jump.
that trailer was fucking epic.
Naruto standing on top of a building, and then One Piece
Luffy,
guy. Yeah,
Luffy,
on a
and then
flag.
Goku.
Frieza. The guy from Death Note at the end.
I almost damn near flung my remote at my TV.
Yeah.
I was like,
Now,
I want Kenshiro. I
thought
want
you were
Fist
gonna
of the
say
North
Ken
Star.
Shamrock. I was like, Ken
No,
Shamrock.
I want Kenshiro. I want Fist of the North Star.
They actually have a Shonen Jump Fighter that's Japanese only game where it's all the Shonen Jump characters in a fighting game.
Yeah, that came out in the States. If it's the same one I think you're talking about, it has like Bobobo, and all them in it.
No, that's J Stars. That's a different one. J Stars is different.
He gets it.
Jared, you excited for Shonen Jump?
I really haven't seen
Force.
it either. There's so many I have not seen.
Well, if you like
That was-
anime and you like the Shonen Jump characters, I think you'll be pretty excited. Battletoads, Funko Pop Gears, Happy Few.
I mean,
Happy Few.
Do you want? Oh my. Okay, so
Does
for
that
that I
resemble
put my own
Bioshock
notes.
to you? That resembles.
It's supposed to. I think it's made by some of the same people, but I have my own notes for that game. Where is it at?
I almost thought Prey was kind of like a similar version to Bioshock, but I thought it was more like a Dishonored version.
Let me see here. Metro Exodus, Near Automata is coming to Xbox.
Yeah, the other Metro games are pretty good, so that looks pretty neat. It almost looks like a Bethesda game.
Here we are. We have Beefy. I'm excited for this game. This game. So it was supposed to be an Xbox exclusive, and this is before because one of the studios that Microsoft announced was this studio. The studio that made We Happy Few. They now officially that's under their banner, but I'm so glad We Happy Few will be coming to PlayStation because I really want this game. This game that's like has an Orwellian theme to it. I love that. I love that so much. I'm definitely going to buy that game when it comes out. It's going to be awesome.
I heard it's still in game preview and it's been in game preview for a while.
It is, but I mean, I don't doubt that those guys are going to fuck it up. I feel like that game is going to be really, really good. I'm hoping the story itself is really, really good. Because again, it does have that BioShock feel. It's supposed to. This game has been, I think, in development for like a year or so now, or at least it's been announced at I think at least last year's E3. If it was announced at the one before that, I don't remember it, but I think I kind of do. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So Jared's yawning. Jared looks tired. Jared, don't worry. We're getting to Bethesda soon, so you can have a lot to talk about. More to talk about.
Yes.
You're good. You're
But
good. You're good.
Xbox, I think. One last thing I want to mention. I thought PUBG had the best trailer. I thought it was so hype. But Josh, overall, it had the best trailer.
Mario.
I'm sorry, it had the best trailer.
Cyberpunk had the best trailer.
Oh, you're right.
The
Okay,
fuck?
the ending to that was pretty
Are we
cool.
really gonna have this dispute
No.
about PUBG?
No, we're not.
Just say
Yo.
a little bit of something because I don't want to. I want to wrap it up and go over to Bethesda soon.
Okay, so all I'll say is this. I thought, okay, it's over. And then all of a sudden, Phil Spencer gets cut. And I'm like, the fuck? And then I thought, oh, they're making a joke about hackers and all that stuff. Haha. And then it was Cyberpunk 2077. I'm just like, this was my actual face when I saw it. I was like I was just mind blown. Fucking mind blown that
Yeah.
Microsoft was able to get that trailer.
I love that cyber, kind of like Shadowrun, Blade Runner type of vibe.
Yeah,
type
you
of
beat me to it.
worlds.
I was going to say it has a Fifth Element Blade Runner type of feel to it. And again, I love sci-fi. So I'm definitely going to pick this game up.
Yeah,
but this
I'm
game
excited.
isn't going to come out. If this game comes out, it's going to come out late PS4, like end of the ass end of PS4, Xbox One, and the beginning of PS5. I believe it'll have a launch. It'll be like a launch title.
So overall,
Just kind of like.
Oh,
Go
sorry
ahead.
to cut you off. Were we going to finish?
So, like, I was just going to say, like, kind of how the PS3 and PS4 had, like, you know, that switch in, like, games. Same thing with PS4 and PS5. But, yeah, overall, you were going to say...
I was gonna say overall, I thought it was pretty good. I thought the first half was a little draining, but the second half of their press conference I thought was pretty neat, and it definitely it seems professional, but it also seems I always love their stages. Their stages are pretty sweet. Jared, after everything we talked about, any takeaways?
Not really, since I have not watched anything from Microsoft.
Okay.
Except for Cuphead.
Josh, overall, Microsoft press conference.
Microsoft gets an 8.5 out of 10. That conference was amazing. I was hooked from the start when Halo Infinite was announced. Had a little bit of lag issues, but I fixed them really quick. Normally, and I've been watching E3, since middle school, and normally Microsoft puts me to sleep every freaking year. I'm like, this is the same shit over and over. I'm getting tired. Well, PlayStation's on. So
it's like, yay!
PlayStation wakes me up.
I thought
but this year was really good.
Yeah. PlayStation had a good one last year, so we'll see what PlayStation does. But so Microsoft, I think we pretty much enjoyed it, and Phil Spencer, gaming and stuff brings us all together. I agree. Entertainment-wise, I think movies and stuff like that all bring us together. But let's jump over to Bethesda. There's not a lot here. There's not as much.
Oh, one quick thing that we need to mention that can be a great transition is that good old Phil brought a guest from Bethesda to Microsoft's conference, which was just right across the street, apparently.
Everyone's favorite game director,
Todd Howard.
The man who wears matching leather jacket and shoes.
Looking like motherfucking Han Solo in this bitch.
Well, he's not as cool as Han Solo, but he...
Yeah, you got that right.
he brought up Fallout 76 trailer for Xbox, kind of hyping, which is pretty cool. Phil Spencer seems pretty neat, letting him come on, hype their press conference in a way with that. And
I can tell those two really enjoyed their jobs. They really love working for Microsoft and Bethesda.
I think Phil Spencer really he wants some of his characters in Smash, so he really wants a working relationship, I feel like. And I've heard he's tried to work with Sony to do cross-platform, and they're not about it. So I mean, he seems like a cool guy. But Bethesda, they showed Fallout 76, and they showed a lot more than a trailer. And they showed a little bit of you in the vault going out into the world. They showed you, Josh, if you wanted to say the big announcement about it.
This map, they announced it at Microsoft's press conference, and my jaw dropped to the floor. This map is going to be 4 times bigger than Fallout 4. And I was like, how, Sway? How, Sway? You ain't got all the answers, Sway. But no, I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they had like an entire side, they had an entire part of this dedicated to Fallout 76. It was their biggest announcement. And we saw a bunch of gameplay footage, we saw a bunch of stuff, and I guess we can all in unison confirm that when we stream this, all of us are going to be on board. Me, Mario, Jared, the other member of Nerdvana, Zane, maybe even Claudia, who, by the way, I want to say this because Claudia has been messaging the group chat, and I don't know if y'all seen this or not.
I have seen it. She's very not sold on Fallout 76. She said, she's shaking my head that Fallout 76, and what with the mobile games, LMAF, yeah, kind of. And then if you wanted to read her next message.
Minecraft 76.
Yeah. Multiplayer... I really think that Elder Scrolls and Fallout don't need multiplayer, but this looks like it's pretty cool.
Well, Todd Howard has said that he believes that the future of gaming is online multiplayer. That's just what he believes. But but what he's not doing, though, is just singling out the single-player guys. Like he said, you can play Fallout 76 as a single-player game. You can play it as a multiplayer game. It is optional, which I'm fine with. If it's optional, there's like a little thin line between optional and mandatory. I prefer optional every time, every day of the week. I prefer optional. I'm a big fan of Fallout 4. The crafting system in Fallout 4 is what Claudia, I think, is making fun of because most Fallout fans did not receive that well. But if you had the creative mind, you could do some fun shit with it and just just proof of that is, again, he's not here with us, unfortunately, but Zane Sizemore
He loves it.
is a god at crafting. He spends an ungodly amount of time crafting shit.
Jared didn't get to talk a lot for about 50 minutes now, us talking about Microsoft. Jared, you saw this, actually. You got to see some of this press conference. Give us your opinions on Fallout 76, because you seem pretty hype.
I am, even though we got to see a whole bunch of the creatures.
Can you put it in... Is there a ghost behind you? Because the door just opened and closed.
What the fuck?
That was your mom, I think.
What the fuck?
Oh, hi, Jared's mom.
Quit swearing.
God damn it.
So, can you put your feelings into words? What is the big takeaway for you for Fallout 76?
Everything. Just
Monsters.
The monsters, the fact that there's even just the fact of we got new power armor. And we even can...
Wait, we do?
Yeah, we saw all those 4 new power armor.
I think it's old school because it's a prequel. It's like from the original Fallout.
Yeah, so this technically this happens even before the first Fallout. This is like 20 years after the nuclear war with China.
Okay,
China.
so we're back. So we're China.
Okay, Jared, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Fallout 76?
100%. 100% excited.
Favorite aspect of what you saw?
Just the fact you can unleash a nuclear disaster.
Oh my god. Todd Howard is the coolest motherfucker ever. He's just like, so we at the development team thought, what if we just left nuclear silos in this world and let you have at it? And I just went,
Wow.
You are crazy.
It's just pretty much a saying. You just gave the detonation of nuclear annihilation in your palm of your hand.
So I guess the game plan for us then is to find 4 nuclear silos and guard the ever living shit out of them.
We're just sitting there, just like, don't worry, guys, we got this.
But Jared, what do you think of? I want to ask this question. What do you think of the monsters? Because I feel like Bethesda is not going to stop until we're afraid of every god-living creature, radioactive.
Oh my god, the creatures! Just the fact that there's a giant sloth.
The frog is what scared me because I'm like, oh yay, a giant frog.
No, this is a giant bat.
So Josh, thumbs up, thumbs down, excited. What are you for Fallout 76? Is that the hands emoji?
10.
The hands emoji?
10.
Oh, 10.
Perfect 10. Perfect 10, baby.
This is me.
And
2 thumbs up.
They announced the release date. Do you have the release date on your notes, Mario?
When was it? November?
November 14th.
And see, they released Fallout 4 in November. That's why that's so special.
So, I say we transition to the next game, and the first one I have written down, which I would say is also Hell on Earth, or Hell in general, is Doom.
Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal. Did they announce if it is in fact a new Doom?
It is a new Doom, but I just want to do this. Jared, your thoughts and feelings.
Let's bring hell to Earth.
Again. Jared, did you actually watch the little teaser for it?
Yes, I have.
During them talking about Elder Scrolls Mobile, which we'll talk about in a second. But what did... Josh is mad. Look at it. Josh is mad.
Fucking no! I'm laughing my ass off because Mario, you called it. You're like, I'm gonna laugh if they announce Elder Scrolls Mobile. Well, I'm like, they won't do that shit.
Well, Chris Hawk,
Elder Scrolls Mobile.
Chris Hawk, honestly, was the one who predicted it like a few days ago. I was joking off of what he was saying. But Jared,
Chris Hawk is a fucking mind reader.
he's a mind reading troll. But Jared, tell me what you thought of it.
It's like stepping into hell, and all they just did was just give you a shotgun and a bunch of shotgun shells.
I thought the music in the teaser was pretty dope, and the Doom soundtrack for the first reboot game is that came out last year before?
2016.
That soundtrack
2016.
That soundtrack is amazing.
It
hope-
always
fucking
gets
metal.
you, it just gives you that feeling that you're about to go kick ass.
Yeah, I downloaded
Jared.
it. It's amazing.
Jared, this is exactly how it feels. You turn it on. That's fucking metal as fuck, dude. That's how I felt, at least.
All you want to just do is just want to headbang while you're shooting shit.
No, I just was like, more. I must have more carnage.
The best,
More blood, more gore.
the best too is the metal remake of the original song from the first.
Oh my
Doom.
god, yes.
That's
Oh
so
my
amazing.
god, yes. Speaking of old school shooters, though, I believe there really isn't that much that was announced for Doom, except we know it's going to be back on Earth. It's going to be a sequel to the 2016 Doom. But this game, you said you were excited for. It was a new Quake game.
Yes.
Yes, I want Quake.
Quake Champions, I believe, is what it's called. Super excited because just like the Doom 2016 multiplayer, it looks very old school. It looks very Unreal Tournament, Unreal Championship. It looks like each character that you play has their own unique gun, but then you can pick up the same guns and same armor and health as everyone else on the map. And the Doom multiplayer in 2016 was just like that. It was fantastic. I love the multiplayer. As you guys know, and I ranted before to you guys about like Call of Duty and Battlefield and Battlefront 2, the new one.
Everything's the same.
It's like you have these everyone has a different loadout, which is cool. I love customization and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I love anything that I can create my own. But when people who play more can just unlock anything that is stronger than what someone else has. Okay, I know everybody makes the comparison. Well, Mario, are we communists or something? This isn't about fucking government or politics. This is about a video game, and I think everyone should be fair. Multiplayer. I'm sorry.
Mario. What you basically are saying is the pay-to-play method or pay-to-win method is bullshit. Basically, loot boxes and all that shit.
Exactly. Yes, that too. But I'm saying, like, if someone plays more
go.
than me and they get a gun, like in Battlefront, you can get the Han Solo gun. Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah.
Done. You're screwed. Or the Boba Fett
Game
gun.
over.
Game over. You
Forget
don't
about
stand
it.
a chance. And same when in Battlefield, there's certain guns that people have unlocked that you probably might not
Absolutely.
have. They're just taking you out. And the thing about games like this Quake and Unreal Tournament and Doom is, and Halo 1 and Halo 2,
It's an even playing
Yes,
field.
exactly. Even playing field, same gun. There's power weapons on the map, but everyone has a chance to pick them up.
BFG.
BFG. yeah.
Big
BFG,
fucking
baby.
gun.
So I'm pretty excited for it. It looks like there's going to be a lot of characters in it. Looks like it's going to bring me back to those Unreal Tournament days where I can pick a character and you mentioned it, Josh. It kind of has like an Overwatch feel because all the characters have separate abilities and stuff. It looks like.
Yeah, so to me it looked like Overwatch, which isn't a bad thing because Overwatch in and of itself, let's be honest with ourselves, guys, is a phenomenon of gaming. Like, it still has popularity. I wish it would add a fucking single player mode because I would love a story from that game. I loved watching all the trailers announcing these characters. I was like, oh my god, this game looks fucking dope. I know there are a few that say it's overrated, but I mean, is Overwatch a battle royale?
No, it's not.
Okay, so Overwatch was pretty.
Overwatch is
ahead.
like take a first-person shooter and put it in the sense of a League of Legends. Like, you know how League of Legends everyone has their own role and everyone goes a certain way. Certain characters do certain things.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like it came at the ass end of the League of Legends phase of craze of gaming.
Pretty much, but it's first-person shooter, but it's also almost. It's not the same exactly. Like I don't want anybody to twist my words. It's not the same. It's the concept of every character has a certain objective to play.
No, I'm following you. It's just that I understand. I understand what Overwatch is. I'm excited that I'm just glad fucking Quake isn't another battle royale. God damn it.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest with ourselves. Because EA announced a battle royale. I felt like somewhere in Microsoft they announced a battle royale. Like, not everything needs a battle royale. This phase is gonna die faster than anything. Because I have like kids at my job. They just literally slam a damn PSN card or Xbox card. I need Fortnite. I'm like, but you should try Crash Bandicoot Fortnite.
Yeah.
But there's a new Spyro coming. Fortnite, bitch.
Like everyone would rather play all these like multiplayer. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind multiplayer, but it seems like everyone would rather play multiplayer games than story-based games.
This is an entire episode of a podcast in of itself, but kids today would rather play online with their friends and actually, experience a story for themselves. Whereas we grew up with like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, like I said before, single-player games that had great stories. I guarantee you it's going to be mostly 30 and 40-year-olds buying Spyro instead of 20s and teens. Or I'd say that 20s, 30s, and 40-year-olds buying Spyro instead of teenagers and young adults. But, yeah, I'm excited for Quake. I never really played the original Quakes. I have never played the original Doom either, technically. Technically, I never played it. So I'm excited.
I used to have the
I know
original Doom.
on Doom 3 BFG edition, you get all of them.
I know, and I love that version. That's why I got it for brand new at Walmart for like $12. I'm not even shitting.
So let's transition into something that's pretty awesome, but had a very cringy opening to it.
Can I quick before we get to the cringe? I actually want to get something that was actually funny. Mario.
Go ahead.
When Todd Howard came out, there was actually a legitimate funny joke at Skyrim's expense. So Jared, pretty much, and this is for anyone else watching, pretty much the joke was Skyrim has had all these special editions, all these legendary editions on multiple platforms and all that. And there's like this summer, this fall, Skyrim takes another edition. And it's basically like Skyrim on Alexa. And it's like, now you can play Skyrim on Alexa, on your fridge.
Oh, yeah.
Or that shit had me rolling. I was like, ha.
On your pager, that was the best one.
On your pager.
I just love it how he's like, eat all the cheese, eat all the cheese, eat all the cheese. Wait, you're not supposed to eat cheese?
Honey, remember what the doctor said about your lactose intolerance? I lick all the cheese.
I eat all the cheese.
The best takeaway from that was the guy from Key and Peele.
Yeah.
He knocks everything off the table, and he's like, I just foosh for
What's
dog. It's a knock everything over thing. And she goes, is there a pick everything up thing?
No, she's like, is there a pick up all this shit spell? Or something like that. That was great. But now we go from great to cringeworthy. You take it away, Mario. I'm just going to sit here in anguish.
So the very first thing they mentioned in the beginning is Rage 2. And they opened up with a little rock metal thing. And the guy who came out was Andrew WK. And honestly, I didn't think this guy was still popular. I didn't think this guy was still relevant.
He angers me, Mario, because, see, I'm a big Cartoon Network fan, and those who know Cartoon Network know that in 2009, Cartoon Network tried to do live-action programming, and one of those shows was Destroy, Build, Destroy, hosted by that dumb-looking motherfucker who thinks he can sing.
Yeah, his singing wasn't that great. But he played this song that I guess is exclusive for Rage 2, and the guys came out, the developers or whatever, and they're like, this song is exactly what Rage 2 is all about. And everybody on the Twitch chat was like, why? Stop. No. What
Just stop.
WTF?
You're killing our ears.
Jared, you may have to hold out your hopes for Rage 2. It might be a dumpster fire.
But the game itself looked pretty cool, but honestly, it did look like a bunch. I played a little bit of the first one.
Well, I played the entire thing of Rage.
There we go, Mario.
It.
Was it? Did it have? Did you have powers in the first one?
You didn't necessarily have powers. you had like certain like items that you would use. Like you would have like a boomerang, kind of like a tomahawk thing that you would throw at certain things. Like you would throw at the enemies or like certain areas. So like
A boomerang.
yeah,
So this is completely new, like these abilities and powers.
yeah.
In the
I think
second
now
one.
they're gonna. I think now they're trying to do something a little different with it because the way I
Just
played
don't
it,
copy.
it's a first person. It was a first person shooter,
But it
which
was
also
open world, wasn't it?
It was also open world too. But sometimes in certain missions you would play, you would be in first person mode. But when you're like out of that mission, you'd be in open world where you can drive.
See, the original, if I remember correctly, felt more like a Fallout, but in a desert
Yeah.
type of setting. And this one seems more. It almost looks like
BioShock.
kind of, but Doom. Yeah, but with Doom, a lot of Doom influence. It seems like because there's a lot of creatures that look like Doom. Like if I describe this game, it looks like Quake, Doom, Mad Max, Fallout, Metro, all combined into one game. And BioShock because of the abilities and powers.
And I mean, I remember when Rage came out, there wasn't a lot of hoopla about it. I know, Jared, that you enjoyed the game, and there are a few that actually did enjoy the game, but there were more that were irritated because of false promises that were not delivered. And I'm hoping this time around, those false promises won't be there at all. I want Rage 2 to be successful because it's a new IP, right? Technically, or is Rage like a pre-existing thing?
I think Bethesda bought the company out that had
Okay.
Doom and Quake and stuff, so they're pretty much this is like their version of Rage almost.
Like they're trying to re-image it in the way where it actually people will enjoy Rage. Even though there's certain people that already probably enjoy the first Rage, but they'll also probably even give those people who played Rage already before a whole new look on it. Like with newer things to.
I think it was more of like a cult hit, in my opinion. It was like a cult.
Yeah, it was
hit.
more of a cult classic than it was big time market hit. But
Rage 2, Josh, thumbs up, thumbs down. Are you excited?
I gotta see a little bit more.
Jared?
But I know Jared is excited. Jared loves the new Doom. Jared loves Fallout. Jared loves Rage, and
It's time to go for some driving and mass shooting.
So they
Go ahead.
It didn't
I was
sound
gonna
right.
say they also mentioned Prey DLC, which is pretty cool for people who like it. And Josh, you mentioned it. The game didn't get a lot of buzz right away in the beginning.
Yeah, no. So I don't know how
It went on
live.
sale real quick.
I have no idea how alive or dead the midnight launch for it was, but I came like at 10 o'clock, and no one was at my GameStop. I was lucky enough to get a man and woman version of the poster though, and it's in the corner of my room over here. But I mean, yeah, it didn't get a lot of fan hype. It didn't get a lot of attention because, and I'm so glad I introduced Jared to Cat Icarus because he is a good YouTuber, but also he said it best. It's boring. It's like very boring, apparently. I haven't even gotten to touch it. There are a lot of games I bought the past 2 years I have not been able to touch, and that is one of them.
John Kanoki, our other Cinema 7 co-host, the third man of the three podcasters here at Cinema 7. You guys haven't met him yet, but he said it was a great game. He loved it. He absolutely loved Prey.
Really?
I think that's another one that was owned by the same people that made Doom and stuff that they got with it, because that first game, like you were like a Native American in the first one, right? And you fight aliens.
Yeah, so I know that it's a reboot of because when it was announced, they're like, "Oh, this is the reboot of Prey," and I'm just like, I've never heard of this game series.
Either have I. So.
I'm gonna do some research on it in time, but as of right now, I mean, they announced some DLC. It looks pretty cool. They also announced DLC for another game though, for a game series that I am too familiar with in my childhood, in my formative years. If you don't mind, can I transition to that, Mario? Wolfenstein. Oh, son, listen.
Let's go kill some Nazis.
I was like 3 or 4. My uncle got us a computer with Windows 95. He had pre-installed a lot of games, but like Minesweeper and all them. But there were two icons that I got to play at a very early age, and that was Wolfenstein 3D and the first ever Duke Nukem. And Wolfenstein 3D, though, was the one I played the most. I love Wolfenstein 3D, and I have it on my PS3, actually, because of it, and my Game Boy, which I find it hilarious that it's on Game Boy. Like, I can portably kill people now in Doom. Or not Doom, but Wolfenstein. But just like Jared was hyped for Doom, I'm hyped for Wolfenstein DLC, because apparently this takes place in the 80s, and you play as the daughters of the main protagonist from the new Colossus, and matter of fact, the previous games in general. I think his name's like Blazkowicz. I think is his name. I am going to stream the Wolfenstein games in time, but I'm so excited that this game is getting DLC. It looks so good.
And the other big announcement, which was announced at the end, it kind of just showed like terrain and landscape and the title that said Elder Scrolls 6. Which everyone wanted. Everybody wants, but that's all. That's all. They showed that. That was it.
Hey, Elder Scroll fans that bitched about Fallout 76. What did I tell you? What did I fucking tell you?
Look.
You got your game.
We're not calling out. We're not calling out anybody. We're not calling out any fans.
All I'm gonna say is this, Mario.
Yeah.
I got something to be happy about. They got something to be happy about.
There you go.
I have a portable Fallout game. They get a portable Elder Scrolls game.
I think one game that we haven't seen much about it, but I love anything space and sci-fi. So
I'm with you.
What was it called? Starfinder?
Starfield.
I think I can't wait to see more on that. But
I hope it's. Would you rather it be? And this is gonna sound really stupid. Would you rather it be more Mass Effect and Star Trek like, or more Star Wars like, in terms of like how it is and how it feels as a series?
Maybe more Lost in Space / Star Trek like.
Okay.
You don't see much of Lost in Space anymore than you used to.
You don't, but I mean, like, I felt like Mass Effect handled the Star Trekkiness to an extent. I felt like that was just like it had the same like feel of Star Trek to me. Mass Effect did. I'm hoping it can find a way to blend it, because like Mass Effect, let's all be honest, Andromeda was trash, and
whoa. I thought the story was pretty good. I just think that
Josh,
the gameplay and the missions and the stuff that you did in the game got super boring after a while. But I thought the story was good.
To each his own.
I know. The music was great. Everything
to
felt
each his own.
Everything felt cinematic to me.
Danger zone.
To each his own.
Everything felt cinematic to me. But when I played the game, I was bored.
My guy looked like fucking Val Kilmer.
Hey, that's your fault. But
no, Mario. I was going around the space station. I'm your Huckleberry.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Your Huckleberry.
Anyone who's wearing a red stash, hell's coming with me.
Right? You said Val Kilmer, right, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Batman Forever.
Batman. It's like, can I persuade you to take a sandwich, sir? I'll get yours through.
No.
You see that Val Kilmer's going to be in Top Gun 2?
Oh God! Someone shoot me, please.
Did you see that there's going to be a Top Gun 2?
So, Josh, overall, Bethesda.
Bethesda gets a solid. What did I give Microsoft? 8.5. They get a 7.
A 7.
I did that bad. They get a 6.5. They get like a 6.5. So above average. Above average. I mean,
kind of positive, but still very low.
Talk about. See, we talked about Elder Scrolls. We talked about the new Elder Scrolls game that's coming out. We talked about mobile. We talked about Fallout 76, Starfield, Doom, Rage 2. I think that's about it.
Jared, overall,
we covered all bases.
What'd you think of Bethesda's press conference? Final summary.
Overall, Bethesda's conference, and the fact that they showed all these new games.
Hold on, Jared.
I
Get in
think.
the middle. Get in the middle of the screen.
Nah!
All right, continue.
Okay. Okay, so I think they nailed it out of the ballpark this time. They really got it. I mean, yeah, they didn't show much of Dune's gameplay, the second Dune's gameplay, but they did show something, like show a little bit of what it's gonna be, and the fact that we're getting actual new Doom. We're actually get something new.
He is really happy about that new Doom.
Yes, I am.
He really is.
I am.
I'm gonna change my grade real quick, Mario, back to a 7 because I remember I was really hyped for Fallout 76 content when they showed everything that was for Fallout 76. I got really hyped, so I take it back to a 7. They did okay.
Both of you were very excited. So we're gonna wrap it up there. That was for Sunday. Xbox and Bethesda's press conferences we talked about. Gaming this weekend is going to be a very fun topic. We're going to cover all of Monday's press conferences as well, just like this. So make sure to check that video out, and also check out Cinema 7 podcast on all your major podcast networks. Our newest episode, Solo, Our Take Solo, Star Wars Stories Out, with Randy Greer from the Black Star podcast. It's an audio drama, so check out our episode and what we thought of Solo. Also, we're coming out with a Hereditary episode, the newest A24 horror movie, with a very original first Cinema 7 member, Josh Haddix, another Josh. So be on the lookout for that.
I was like, really?
And look us up on, like I said, all major podcast platforms if you want to listen to us in your car ride or anything like that. And
I do that.
And obviously we're on YouTube, so if you get to the end of this, hopefully you make it, subscribe and see future content. And go to our Patreon, because if you donate, you can be exclusively on our YouTube page here, and audio or cam, whatever you want to do, and we'll talk to you and get your opinions. So definitely go donate to Patreon, Cinema 7 Patreon. And I'm going to send it over to Josh to talk about Nerdvana and his stream, and then Jared will let us know what his stream is.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
Well, of course, Mario, I just want to say, and I said it a lot during the past 3 streams. Don't worry about why there's 3, but the past 3 streams, I said thanks to Cinema 7 for, giving me this platform to not only promote Nerdvana, but to just show my love and passion for gaming. So yeah, let's talk about Nerdvana first. As I said before last time, you can find us on Facebook. It's a Nerdvana channel. I normally post. I'm trying to get more interactive with my Facebook, but work is a pesky thing. But what I decided to do early, and since the last time we talked on here, I decided to do streaming, and so does my friend Jared over here. He does streaming. I am currently streaming Destroy All Humans. It's one of my favorite games of all time. You should come check it out. I got a lot of positive feedback today, and I'm glad of that.
What is your page name?
I'm about to say that. Is it an @ Because I just been telling people that it's I want my _NTV.
No, I'm just saying it's @ because that's what people usually do. They do @ and then whatever it is.
You see, because okay, so quick sidebar. I'm gonna make this as super fast as possible. Someone in my Twitch streams just a few hours ago was like explaining stuff to me, and I'm like, I've never heard these like remarks or comments before. Please explain them. So that's another one I learned today. But no, yeah, it's I want my _NTV. Again, I'm streaming Destroy All Humans. I'll start doing it tomorrow as well. Before Ubisoft is the first press conference tomorrow, right? So before Ubisoft, and then depending on how much time we have in between, I'll see if I can maybe crank out another one. But yeah, so that's Nerdvana channel on Facebook. I will be posting movie reviews and talking to you guys personally. If if you want to talk to me. I don't know how good of a person I am for that, but whatever.
You have a good voice.
And now I'm gonna send it over to my man Jared up in the top right corner. Take it away, Jared.
Wherever he will be.
I'll be bouncing everywhere, but yeah. For everyone who has either seen my stream or somewhat seen some of my live stream videos, I am also streaming on Twitch. My name on there is at Mr_Piggy93. If anyone care to know, I do love Piggy all the time because someone in a friend of mine wants to capture Piggy.
So what are you streaming, Jared?
Right now, I am streaming a very not a very hype but very good horror game, The Evil Within.
Nightmare
fueled, engaged. Yes.
So I will also say this, just to add on to Jared, Mario, and you technically. So at I Want My _NTV is also hosting Jared's stream and whenever Mario streams.
Yes, I stream under the Cinema 7 Twitch, which is at Cinema 7 Pod, and you can look us up on Twitch as well. Or if you just watch I Want My _NTV, you will see our stream on there as well. So definitely check out both of their Twitch streams, Mr_Piggy93 and I Want My _NTV. And check out Nerdvana channel on Facebook. What are you gonna say, Jared?
I have one more thing and this is something I really wanted to announce because I know we already been talking about. We all three have been talking about it before.
Go ahead, my man.
To everyone who ever listens to this or even watches my streams, me and Mario and also Josh, which is their streamers, we've also been talking about this, and also Mario has also made a suggestion. We are actually thinking of doing that thing called Yu-Gi-Oh! Mondays.
So it's almost like Friday Night Magic or whatever, Wednesday Night Magic or whatever, but instead of that, we're going to be playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game on PlayStation against each other on Mondays.
Oh, my favorite.
So for Cinema 7, check us out on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, also Vero True Social, and make sure, like I said, to subscribe our podcast on all major podcast platforms, and check out these guys. Check out Nerdvana because they're nerds and geeks just like you, just like me, and we want to be able to unite everybody and make new friends, and we value everyone's opinion, so get involved with them, get involved with us. It'd be fun. But until next time,
I know the perfect way to send this one off, Mario. Since Chris Hawk is not here, I'm gonna quote the great Rob Paulson, aka Yakko Warner, and say what he says at the end of his lovely podcast. And it kind of goes along with our message, which is laughter is the best medicine. We all enjoy laughter. Laughter's the best medicine. And the best part about it is the refills are free.
So with that, don't just listen to us, watch with us, and explore with us, as Chris Hawk would say.
Join us.
Join us.
Peace out, everybody.